Morning, family. Morning, y'all. I am home. Who bloomin' Ray. Week of travels, home all week. A few weeks, 2 weeks, I think. Before off again. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So today's vlog is brought to you by Golf Online. We'll see if there's a prize or anything coming at the end. So stay tuned for that. Today's vlog, what I'm gonna do, there were lots of tweets and chats about the Tiger Woods kind of media swing analysis. So, and lots of people asking, can do mine, you know, why don't you do your one, Mark? So we're going to talk about that today. The dangers, the issues that I think it shows in coaching, actually, and then in turn, how people think they should improve. I think lots of people aren't quite getting this message, and this is why I get frustrated when I see often really poor analysis. It kind of, I think it really ruins, I know it ruins for me, my idea of what a golf pro is, which makes me not want to associate with golf pros, often because of these ideas. We'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to start by showing you, I've got 3 random swings I've just found here, the people who send me swings. And I'm going to show you, these are handicap golfers of what I can see. The difficulty in trying to analyse around impact. I'll show you what I mean. Right, first one here. I mean, we could talk about the up and down movement in his swing, but I have no idea what that does to impact. This is a practice swing for a start, but I mean, let's pretend it's a real shot. I've got no idea what direction that club is moving down through impact. Looks relatively straight, or how he would use the face, the path from any of the information that has come through this video. Now, if we look at this swing, we could talk about how rounded he moves, but it actually doesn't show us any reflection of club path. Club path at the bottom looks relatively straight. Ball starts relatively straight. I've got no idea of face the path. So I could talk about some of the patterns that I see when people swing around, but it wouldn't particularly relate to this player who seems to be controlling the path with that driver, of what I could see, relatively well. People outside cutting stuff again. Right, and the last one here, again, coming down through impact. There is no real way, blurry, 24 frames a second, no idea. That path looks relatively straight, face looks relatively straight in relationship to where the ball starts. There's no way I could analyse impact here. Now, what I do with my swing analysis when I'm pulling swings off that people are sending me, I either have a bit more information, what their good and bad shots are, or I'm picking more glaring, repeatable faults. And I'm going to talk about them in a generalised way. When I see this pattern, I tend to see these kind of shots. But go and get a lesson, go and get a one-to-one idea if this doesn't help. The way these people, often in mainstream media, analyse these pro swings. Now, these are handicap golfers, remember. We're talking about some of the best players in the world. Now, I've worked and chatted with loads of coaches who teach some of the best. Club path, face the paths generally isn't what they're working on. Strike issues, the odd pattern with misses around a face the path control. To try and analyse them on a 24 frames a second, not really knowing what angle that shot from, they didn't shoot the video, or having any idea of what intention of shot that player is trying to hit, to me is one of the big problems that I see in coaching, and certainly within my profession, which we'll talk about as we go on. You know, when I get 3 handicappers, 2 handicappers sending me swings, unless there's some information, more information of what they're trying to fix, on a camera, generally just looks good. Right, I'm off the Torquay Golf Club. Weather permitting, we've got testing to do. Hello, a slightly rainy Torquay Golf Club. Dan and Coach in the house. Hi, Dan and Coach.
Hi. Hello.
I'm talking today about the dangers that I see with some of the analysis flying around of Tiger's swing. Obviously it was a Tiger focus. Great finish, by the way, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good.
Top 25, hasn't really played in a world-class field, can't be denied as a fantastic achievement. So the issue I have with the analysis, right, you haven't seen the first part of this video, I basically picked 3 videos of people who send me videos. These are handicap golfers, and I find it almost impossible to tell you what path or face the path they're presenting if they've got some kind of swing. Yet you've got world-class players being analysed at 24 frames a second, sometimes higher speed, 250 frames a second, at an angle that they don't even know what angle this video has been shot, and not knowing the intention of what shot that the player is trying to hit.
Yeah.
Can you explain how that works? Because I can't.
I can't explain that. It's just poor from the producers, really, isn't it?
I think
they're trying to create a story.
It's not trying at all, really.
Yeah. They're trying to create something, content. They're trying to create a story for it.
Well, me and Matt had the pleasure a few years ago of being confronted by one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was a joy.
It all got a little bit shaky. I mean, it got a bit barroom brawly. It was like embarrassing to be part of. But this person, I won't name any names. I almost said it, I'm not going to say it. He was saying things to us like, look, I'm not a coach and my producer needs me to say something.
Correct.
And I was saying to him, that's not my problem. Like, I respect my audience more than that.
Yeah.
That I don't do reviews of carpets, 'cause I'm not a carpet fitter. You know, and if someone asked me, I wouldn't do it. I'd go, well, I can't do it because I don't know anything about it.
Like, if someone was asking you to say something, surely you would just try and say something positive as well, rather than hammer them on the subject that you also don't know about. Like, it generally seems like negative stuff that they say
About his action.
about his action. Yeah, it's never a positive.
Right,
I find it hard to pick a positive out of something that they say.
Yeah.
Like, it's always in my mind. I'm like, that's negative. That's negative. He's won 14 majors. Can't be that bad.
But what he's gone through in this event, mentally, his approach and everything like that, I mean, that has a massive impact on how he plays. You know, playing tournament golf the way he's played at such a level, to then come back and then be picked at with small little things that really, as you said before, can they really see that much detail in what they're talking about?
Which they can't, which I know for a fact, but we can go down that road. And there's another point which I'll make later, but for me, and I'm going to put this out there, and I'm never that popular, so I'm going to say something that's going to make me even less popular, right?
Go for it. Do it.
It's a generation that I was part of years ago of golf pros who blagging works.
Yeah.
It's
Don't really know what to say here, don't know what they're doing, but
Well,
I
you
can
gotta
say
say
a few
something.
words that will make people think I know what I'm saying and I'm going to say them.
Yeah.
That generation has gone. Any coaches that I respect, I've been with some of the best coaches in the world, and I say, do you know how this happens? They go, no, you need to measure that.
Yeah.
It's all fact.
They don't. They go.
themselves to it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I've worked with some fantastic scientists and said, oh yeah, but what about this? And they just turn to me and say, didn't look at that.
Yeah.
They don't guess. They don't blag. They go, this is my study. This is what I know because I studied it and followed it.
Yeah.
And you can ask me questions around it, and if I know the answer because it's in the study, I'll show you, and if I don't, I'll say I need to do that study.
Yeah. It's exactly the same as when you get lessons come and you go, do you have lessons? And they go, yes, and like already I'm thinking this is probably going to be a win for me.
Yeah.
It's going to be a crap lesson and mine's going to be loads better, so...
And it's one of those things that makes me feel really upset about. I love that I'm a pro, and I have issues with the PGA connection, which you guys understand and know, but it makes me not want to associate with that brand.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
Because there are too many blaggers
Yeah.
who get away. Oh God, I'm saying this. I'm turning this off now, but it's just the trouble with golf, right? It's so easy to be known as controversial because all you have to do is tell the truth. Because plenty of people out there who aren't. That's the ridiculousness of this industry.
Before we go...
Say something nice, Matt.
It's LD day today.
And that is a real thing.
That is.
Look, you pick that one up, Dad.
Oh dear.
Right, fun time filming with Dan and Matt there actually, bit of club testing. Videos coming soon. Right, some points to think about when you're trying to do what they're doing on telly. Gonna use these two. This one's not feeling so well, so boys football might not be on tonight. So what we're gonna do is simulate a backswing with this boy, this girl, and little group. And we're just gonna have a little chat. Just watch this around camera angle. Right, Orla, is this club head over group? So if you stand above the club head and look down, is that directly over I am group?
Yeah.
So stay still, Milo, nice and still. So if I was to capture Milo here in his backswing, downswing, compared to here, compared to here. Looks like it's coming from a different angle, doesn't it? Orla, recheck. Is that club head over I am group? Good?
Yes.
It's good. So, what's interesting as well, so I put the camera down low from here. Keep it nice and still, Milo. Compared to here. Compared to here. I am moving the camera there tiny amounts, like tiny amounts, and I know where I'm moving it if I was to assess those positions. These pundits don't know where the camera is. They didn't take the shot. High, low, left and right, which always affects how a downswing, a position, a club direction, and sometimes a face angle looks. Yet we're being delivered content analysis, often like Matt says, in a negative form around definites of what is happening. And I watch him as a coach who's watched swings for 20 years plus, always on video, and now we've launched monitors and videos, and I wonder how they're coming up with some of the stuff they're coming up with. Like, it baffles me. Now, this is before we even go into the ideas of shot shape. Examples. If I'm trying to hit a 10-yard draw compared to a 10-yard cut, subject to where I strike it and my patterns, my misses can be very different. So we get analysis based on camera angles unknown, shot intention, shot shape unknown, often shape of the bad shot unknown, we just see it going offline, and then we seem to be delivered cliche after cliche after cliche to try and explain these. And the saddest thing for me as a coach, and certainly someone who's active online and has been for 10 years trying to help you guys get better and understand, is I see it just clouding really good messages that some are doing, confusing, making people believe that you can see these things from the videos that they're sending to me. You know, I get a lot of videos sent to me that I simply can't do anything with. The ones you see me doing daily vlogs and other videos, they're ones based on themes that show definite patterns, and if they don't show definite patterns, I'm so keen to make sure I express that these are just ideas, it doesn't substitute a lesson, and that this player should, if they're seeing the shots that I'm mentioning around the shapes I'm seeing, then try these things. But seeing these definites, it upsets, it honestly, it makes me embarrassed as a coach to see this happening in my profession, and I think it really makes it hard for you, the viewers, to understand what information is good or bad, because often this kind of TV pedestal is a trusted one, isn't it? It's one that if it's on TV, it must be true. Where it seems at the moment in a lot of instruction on telly, and what I see from not many good sources, is it's actually the opposite. And my Twitter feed often shows this up. golfonline.co.uk have a £20 voucher to give away. Cool, eh? If you want that, there's a link down below. Follow that link, fill out the form. You could be winning a £20 voucher for golfonline.co.uk next Monday. Right, we're going swimming. Football's off, but swimming's still on. See you all tomorrow. Remember the link down below for the £20 with golfonline.co.uk, and hopefully that helps you see how frustrating it is for me to see you guys and girls get delivered such poor info from kind of quite powerful sources. And believe me, I'm not the only one out there thinking this. There are lots of pros thinking the same thing. I'm just happy that we're allowed a voice now as well. Post comments down below, let me know what you think. As always, see you tomorrow. Let's go swimming.